What's going on, everyone? So we got a new potential cast member. Just remember, right? Everything is unofficial until it is official, and it actually gets confirmed by the studio. But Scream 7 rumor, Victor Turpin is allegedly one of the new males that's set to join the cast as a deputy police officer. So we now have a new character in Victor Turpin, who is, again, expected to be one of the police officers in the upcoming Scream movie. I'm not really familiar with Victor. Now, he has been in a couple movies, been in some like notable films too, but he's looked at in like Ma and back in 2019, Bad Monkey since 2024. That's the most recent thing he's done. He's been in a couple like shows and series and stuff like that. Did voice work for Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the new one, the 2022 one, not the one when we were all wee lads. But yeah, not somebody that's done like anything like crazy work. But look, like I've always said, as long as he is able to play the role and do the job and play the part, I am all for it. He's 42 years old, so I imagine he's going to be somewhere in that range, 6 feet. So this guy, like, one thing that stands out very much is, besides him being a male thirst trap, is he's like super fit and super buff, right? So makes sense to be a cop, but also just something to keep an eye out for a potential Ghostface, right? Like, if they're going to have a Ghostface and, you know, could they do the cop route again, right? I mean, you got to take the Bailey. Would it be too soon to do that? Right? I mean, if they went like the cop route, but it's not the... See, it's always that thing, though, where it's like, okay, it's too soon to do it again. But then, like, you start, it's like, but that might be the best time to do it, is to follow it up again, because people will be like, there's no way it's going to be the cop. Because they just did the detective, they just did the cop. Are they really going to do the deputy again? Right? Like, are they going to do the cop again? And then, oh, it is the cop again, right? Like, where it's just like you talk yourself out of it. Like, you know that that's what they're going to do. And then you end up talking yourself out of them doing it. Right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one. But I can absolutely see that being the case. But nonetheless, like I said, I mean, he's super fit, super buff. Right? He's a guy that, got good stature to him. Would make quite the intimidating Ghostface, right? Also, if Ghostface is like 5'5" and 100 pounds soaking wet and is able to like manhandle this guy, I'm gonna be like, what? Right? I know there's the whole like Ghostface thing and stuff, but like at least in Scream 5, because a lot of people talk about like, oh, it couldn't have been Amber. Amber couldn't have killed Dewey and all that stuff, right? Like everything Amber did to Dewey was like sneak attacks, right? Like the reason Richie and Amber made sense and worked and fit was because they didn't wrestle with anybody. There wasn't any like fisticuffs with people, right? It wasn't like how we've seen Ghostface in the past, where they're just kind of playing with their food and toying with stuff and getting these little like fighting matches and stuff. No, Ghostface in Scream 5 was just like to the point, no nonsense, no BS. Boom, right? Like, I'm sneak attacking you. I'm not giving you a chance to fight back. I'm taking you out. The only one that they really messed with and kind of kept around was Tara, who they did that deliberately because they wanted Sam to return, right? So it literally was part of the plan. Other than that, everyone else just got, like, butchered. And it was all surprise attacks. It was all quick, right? Like, even Dewey getting killed, right, he was distracted. And boom, right? Ghostface waited for the right moment and was able to take him out and then stabbed him in the back and then cut, right? And people, go, oh, she picked him up. Like, no, watch the movie again. She didn't pick him up. He lifted and arced his back because he just got stabbed in the back and cut from top to bottom, right? Like, that's what it was. He stood up on his tippy toes because of what happened, right? Like, so again, I if it's like that, then fine, it's believable, right? But like, just like in Scream 6, where like Quinn like just snatched up Gail Weathers' big buff boyfriend, right? Like, just like it was nothing. And it's just like, I want it to be within reason. I mean, this guy is built like Thor, right? He probably shouldn't just be getting manhandled by like a high school kid. Just a thought, but nonetheless, right? Obviously, whenever you get these new characters, there's a million questions on, what's going to happen, who are they, how are they going to approach this, right? Like, what's the deal with the characters, so on and so forth. Like, are they Ghostface? Are they, just is he just a normal cop, right? Does he live? Does he die? Right? Is he a red herring? Right? Is he like, kind of have a little crush on Sydney, and he's little too close to home, and it's kind of like, okay, this guy's a little weirdo, right? Like, there's a million ways to kind of go about it, a million ways to approach it, but I do always enjoy, getting this news of like, oh, they got this character and that character and stuff like that. It's a very small, tight cast, so the thing is that like, there's only so many possibilities of there being a Ghostface. Now, and if they do 2 or 3 again, that's like half the new cast. So, and it's something that I've talked about this before, right? Like, if you've watched more than one Scream movie, you pretty much know who it's gonna be first 10 minutes into the film, right? Because just through process elimination, you could figure out, okay, like right off the bat, we know it's not gonna be the Meeks twins. We know it's not gonna be Sydney. We know it's not gonna be Gail. Right, we know it's probably not going to be her kid unless they want to go that route, but I don't really see them going that route. It's not going to be her husband. So you got like 6 or 7 characters immediately, without a shadow of a doubt, aren't going to have any significance, right? Like, that's something that that you can keep in mind, right? So I'm curious to see if like how many more characters we kind of continue to get, how many more potential characters we might continue to get, right? Are we going to get like a surprise about it? Like, oh, hey, we just got this character. Oh, no, now we got this character, right? Like, and because you're starting to hear a couple characters trickling in, right? Jasmine Savoy Brown recently got announced. We just got, the husband replacement, right? And Joel McHale, right? So you got several new characters that have been brought in, have been introduced and all that. So curious to see how they go about it and how they approach it. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think that we might be looking at a new Ghostface? Do you think Victor may end up being the new Ghostface? No, do you think that he'll just be a cop? Do you think he'll be a good cop, bad cop, maybe a little bit of a corrupt cop, right? Maybe a little shady to the point where we all kind of like, give him the side eye and go, you know what, like, something's not right with him, something's a little off with him, he's a little weird, right? Like, I'm sure that they're going to have multiple characters be red herrings, right? I'm sure that it will be like, oh, these 5 characters are all going to die, but they're red herrings for right now, so, right, it's my guess, but again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear your guesses, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.